So good day everyone. Today we will be discussing about the different delivery modalities that the teachers use since the 16th centuries here in the Philippines. So from traditional interaction to digital interaction, we will discuss about that since centuries pass and our delivery modalities also changes with the changes of our system. So, first delivery modalities that we will discuss is the face-to-face classes, or learning. So, face-to-face classes, this is the traditional form of education system where the teacher and students meet at a physical situation at a set of time. So, in face-to-face classes, we will see that there is a real-time interaction between the teacher and the student. So physically they meet at the school or at their learning area. So one of the characteristics of face-to-face classes is the physical presence of the teacher and the students, and they also have a synchronous interaction where it allows for immediate feedback and clarification to the students upon discussion, because in face-to-face classes, the students can raise their hand and the teacher can also give feedback physically. And also in face-to-face classes, we have the group interaction between the students, especially when they are given tasks. And they also have a physical resources such as the art materials, construction papers, bond papers, their markers, where they can collaborate with each other physically, the students. So there are the advantages of face-to-face classes. First is the direct communication between the students and its peers, and also between the student and the teacher. Accessible resources, enough capacity to access significant and useful source of information, allowing to retain and be acquired. So the source of information during face-to-face classes, there are the books that can be found in their library or the books that has given by the teacher to them, and also their classmates who has more knowledge in a specific subject than them, and especially the teacher who is the one who teaches the students on that subject. So another one is active learning. So this is the ability of the students to be attentive during the class and be productive through innovation and oral participation, because in face-to-face classes we have the interaction between the teachers and the students physically. So the teachers asks the questions to the students, and the students can also answer the questions that was given to their teacher. So there are challenges when we have the face-to-face learning or classes. So most students, because face-to-face classes, they can physically see their teacher and they think that the teacher can be easily approached. So they tend to depend on the teacher. So we have the cliche of spoon feeding. So from instructors relying excessively without self-learning and unable to comprehend and construct own responses. So there are students who usually depends on the teacher and just don't learn at home or anywhere else, because they will have this mindset that, oh, I'm going to see my teacher at school and I can ask question about her at school instead of searching it on his own. So there are activities when we are facing face-to-face classes. So we have the reportings, the role-playing, the brainstorming. Oh, there are some courses or subjects that we use as debate. So into the next one, so we have the blended learning. So blended learning emerges the full potential of learning modalities such as face-to-face, online learning, and etc. So once we say blended learning, so this is a class or learning modality, delivery modalities that we blend different modalities. So there will be some that once we say blended learning, so in an entire week, there are only 2 to 3 days we're going to have face-to-face classes, and the rest of the days we're going to have online learning. So that is the blended learning. You're going to integrate or emerge all the delivery modalities. So the characteristics of blended learning is its flexible schedule, since some of the students, especially when they're already in legal age, they're going to have a part-time job. So blended learning is a good delivery modality for them because it is flexible in schedule. So they can only go to the school during the days that has their face-to-face classes, while the other days are just going to do it at home or at work. So once is the technology integration. So in blended learning, we also use the technology integration that uses the digital tools, accessing videos, websites, and platforms, enhancing the support system and interactive pace of the learners. And the other thing is the scaffolding of the teacher, since instructor serves as guide, providing comprehensible lessons and engaging activities that is suitable for both online and physical classes. So through blended learning, the teachers already scaffolds the learners on how they will use the different platforms, websites, and etc., and using online platforms. So there are also the advantages of blended learning. One advantages is the involvement of digital media, since we're already in our digital era. So blended learning's advantage on this one is really great, because during the time that we're going to have the online learning, they can experience on how to do it on their own, and then if they're going to have questions, they're going to ask the teacher during face-to-face classes, and then the teacher will teach them on how to really be proficient on doing the digital website. So online PDF and homeworks than lectures. So this blended learning usually has less paper, since most of the lectures that the teacher gives is already in PDF form or online. So they're just going to email it to the students, and it's already the students' turn to study it, read it, and comprehend it on their own. So there are the challenges of blended learning. So first is the alignment of materials. So we have a lot of materials on the internet, and once we're on blended learning, we cannot be totally sure if the materials that the students have is also the same materials that the teacher is providing. So that is one of the challenges. Another thing is the students' engagement. So discipline motivation retains engagement. However, this can affect the progress of a learner if continuous blended learning is used, because over time, when blended learning is overly used, some students' motivation and discipline can be deteriorate, because they'll be lazy to go to school anymore and just depend on the online learning and won't be able to focus entirely on their face-to-face classes. So that's it for the blended learning. So let's proceed to technology-based online learning. So technology-based online learning is a modality that utilizes the form of digital tools rather than the need of physical exposure. So if in blended learning there are still physical exposure between the students and the teacher, in the technology-based online learning there were no more physical interaction between the teachers and the students. So in 21st century learners, they are involved in enhanced system where it involves application, websites that is related to learning. This modality allows the expansion of communication regardless of where they are. So most of these delivery modality or most delivery modality that uses the technology-based online learning is the ESL, because the teachers from the Philippines can only interact with their students through the platform that they are given. And then the students live far away, so technically they can't be physically present. So technology-based online learning is a delivery modality that usually uses an ESL classroom, because the interaction between the students and the teacher only be present in the digital space or the online platforms. So one of the characteristics here is the virtual learning environment. So learning is limitless by using digital applications such as Zoom, Google Classroom, and Meet. And multimedia resources, lessons usually attached in platforms that are accessible for presentations, documents, file, and media papers. So some of the examples here is also the Google Classroom that was created for the technology-based online learning. So the technology-based online learning usually is self-paced learning of the students. So it's up to the students to learn it on their own, because the teachers will just going to give the lessons, and it's up to the students to learn it on their own. So its flexibility is also one of its characteristics. Since technology-based online learning, you can learn or hear the teacher's lessons anywhere. So you can study anywhere, but not anytime, because we'll also have a specific time of that class. So the advantages of technology-based online learning is personalized learning. So digital application expands the norms and adjustments of the learner's capacity, depicting to an effective and wide learning. So the personalized learning means that whatever the students is most gifted, such as the audiolingual system, wait lang. So personalized learning actually means that the students can learn something based on what they prefer, such as their audiolingual learner or their visual learner, so they can personally learn the lesson. So enhanced collaboration. So technology supports teamwork through online communication and shared workspaces, allowing to collaborate effectively regardless of location. So the enhanced collaboration here, we don't have to be physically present to plan something that can be related to group activities. So we can use different digital platforms where we can communicate with each other regardless of our location. So it also implements the enhanced digital literacy. The integration of generations' digital era emerge with skills and abilities that may use through educational structure. So since the digital literacy can be really present in technology-based online learning, it is also one of the advantages of this as a gradual preparation for future exportment and careers occupation. So there are some challenges of technology-based online learning. So one is the digital access inequality. Since not all students has an internet access or has a stable internet access, that can also be a challenge for the teacher and for the students, since there will be sometimes a miscommunication on each part because of the digital access inequality. So that's all for the technology-based online learning. So let's move to the last modality, which is the distance learning. So this is an educational modality where learners and instructors are physically separated. However, manages to continuously access learning through the use of technology, bridging the gap of the content. So, distance learnings in the Philippines, we use this during the COVID-19 since physically we cannot be able to perform learning instructions face to face because of the rapid increase of the cases of COVID-19. So we use the distance learning where the teachers gave modules online or the paper-based modules. So however we can bridge the gap between the content where that students can directly message or email their teacher to ask the content and how to really understand the subject that has given to them. So characteristics of this distance learning is the physical separation. So since physically the teachers and students cannot meet, so they are really separated from each other. And learner autonomy. This tends to become productive, organized, and well-maintained. So the students has a chance to build autonomy during the distance learning since it's up to them to know when and how they should engage or learn how on their lessons. And technology driven. So since we're on our technology era, so distance learning is also a great way on learning the digital literacy since we also uses digital devices and online platforms and distance learning. So one of the advantages of distance learning is cost effectiveness. The reduction of expenses that regards to education such as transport, housing, and large amount of contributions can be eliminated through distance learning since you don't have to be physically at school and you can eliminate the expense of transportation for the students and the teacher. So the challenges of distance learning is the lack of exposure since Vygotsky also said that students can also learn through social interaction. So it is one of the challenges because over time, if you're going to overuse the distance learning, the students may have problems in socializing with people. So the routine that can lead to isolation and mental state destruction. So that's why most of the students during quarantine has suffered depression and anxiety because of the distance learning, and they can't socialize with their peers and talk to other people aside from their family. Discipline. The high demand of self-acknowledgement, mediation, and motivation for effective learning that maintains a sustainable management of studies even without direct supervision. So this also is one of the challenges, the discipline of the students, since most of the students will just going to use the mañana habit, especially if they're Filipinos. That's why it's one of the challenges of the teachers because the students will going to work on their task at the same day that it will be passed or submitted. And the distractions, the struggle to focus leading to low self-esteem. So during the distance learning, there are a lot of distractions around because they're at home and there will have a lot of chores and commands from their parents. That's why it also serves as a distraction since that can be the reason why they're not able to skim through their notes or the modules that are given to them. So that's all for the delivery modalities. I hope you learned something new. So let's go and sum this up. So first is the face-to-face classes. So this is a traditional way there is a physical interaction between the student and the teacher. The blended learning is the emergence of the other modalities and the technology-based online learning. So this is totally on technology or internet or online-based learning. And the last is the distance learning, where there is no physical interaction and can also have a online-based learning, but only through bridge the communication gap between the students and the teachers. I hope you learned something new, and bye.